I'd like to say peace and namaste. This is Adeeb Shabazz, the author of What If God Were One of Us and What If God Were One of Us Second Edition, the host of the What If God Were One of Us show, which airs every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we usually have a very enlightening guest. We've had many guests on. We have Keith Blanchard, who is going to be interviewing me today. We have had him as a guest before. We have Anita Casalina coming up next week. We have a conscious hip hop artist named Noah coming up soon. We have another conscious hip hop artist um, and spoken word artist, rather, named Kamal Imani coming up very soon on the What If God Were One of Us show. We're going to be interviewing, so please stay tuned. We've got a lot coming up, but what this really is about is explaining that we're going to be using video as a learning tool, as a communication tool for the whole What If God experience and the whole Freedom Path experience. Many people have been asking me for a long time to include video, and I'm glad to be able to do that for you now. Um, Many people learn by auditory experience, many people learn kinesthetically by touch, many people learn by reading, many people learn in different ways, but visually, we actually are impacted quite a deal also. So for those who are impacted visually and like to include visual experiences with their learning and communication experiences, I'm glad to be able to include this feature. Stay tuned to www.whatifgod.us. We're going to have this video in the featured spot. So please stay tuned. We also, of course, have the archives of the What If God Were One of Us show right there on that same website, which is www.whatifgod.us. In addition, of course, we've got the blog that's regularly updated. You get free information, free writings that are contributed by myself as well as guest bloggers. Definitely stay tuned and catch all of that. You can also use it as a network hub. Of course, you can link to my book, What If God Were One of Us, second edition, from that site. You can link to Anita Casalina's work, who is a powerful life coach and energy worker. You can link to a very powerful poet and spoken word artist by the name of William S. Peters Sr., who is also known as Just Bill. You can link to the Infinite Field Radio Network and in the Infinite Field magazine. You can link to many different powerful works through www.whatifgod.us, including this video, of course, now, so definitely stay tuned to it. I want to emphasize that there are many different modalities of learning, and of course, this is one of them. Sound is also very powerful. Music is very powerful. We've just relaunched Freedom Path Radio at www.freedompathradio.com. That's www.freedompathradio.com. And we've got 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year broadcasts of conscious hip hop, neo soul, spoken word, and interviews with these artists that you hear on the show, on the several shows that will be on rather on the station. So definitely tune into that if you are a fan of neo soul, conscious hip hop, or spoken word. If you are an artist, make sure you go to the site. That's www.freedompathradio.com and submit your work. You might get played on the station. We are heard worldwide. We've been heard in over a dozen and a half countries, and of course, coast to coast in the United States. You definitely want to get your work on there if you are a spoken word artist or a neo soul or hip hop artist. Unsigned, of course, only. We're not taking anybody who signed. We used to pay our fees to ASCAP and BMI. Due to operating costs, we are going strictly underground with it, so nobody who actually owes any royalties is going to be played on the station. So please do bear with us and understand that. But again, back to what we're talking about with learning. I hope that this visual experience is an enhancement. I just wanted to introduce this to you, and this is kind of a test run for the visual experience. Stay tuned to this spot, and I hope to bring you a lot more from the visual aspect to the whole What of God experience and the Freedom Path experience. Until then, be blessed, stay conscious, stay positive, stay creative. Namaste.